Hello, sorry for the delay, guys. Just getting all this equipment here setting up. I changed my setup a little bit yesterday, so now I'm getting it back online. So sorry for the delay. Hello, everyone, and another day today. Let's begin from a standing posture. Let's get into meditation right away. Okay. So let's begin from a standing posture. As always, eyes are closed and see where the energy is today. Good. As always, feet a little bit wider than usual. Hands and arms are free to your sides. And your eyes are closed. Excellent. Beautiful. And the first thing that we do, as always, is we welcome the experience. Welcome the experience that our hands and our wrists are giving us. And it's incredible that we have this opportunity to constantly redefine our welcoming. Because initially, we welcome from our mind. We understand, okay, we need to welcome. What does that mean? What do I have to do to welcome? And then we realize welcoming is something that happens in the heart. It doesn't happen in the mind. Most of us welcome rationalizing, welcoming. We're not rationalizing. We're learning how not to rationalizing to welcome. We're learning how to do it. And how do we learn to do it? By giving it a very specific sensation, symphony of senses that is now playing inside of us. A certain new state of harmony that now plays welcoming. And it may be different every time. It should be different a little bit every time. But what's not different is our effort to bring it from the mind to the body, to the heart level. That effort that we make, that decision, that desire that we show and decision that we make to bring the welcoming from the mind to the heart level and to give it to the basic experience of hands and wrists. No big deal. It's not anything extremely difficult or important. But at the same time, as we say, as you do one thing, so you do all things. As you do one thing, so you do all things. This way, we strengthen that muscle, if you may, that experience of welcoming. And we do it on the very first basic. And the hands, sensing the hands and the wrists, we call connecting to energy. That's our first step, always. connecting to energy. Good. So we're not waiting until the hands and the wrists are giving us a signal. We're actually initiating the welcoming. We give first, give attention, give opportunity to be surprised, give and continue improving on that. It's not a place. It's not a place. It's a creative process. It's a magical moment. Because often it cannot be described in words, it cannot be explained. Especially the variations of that. We can explain the generalities, but the uniqueness of each moment. The next level of welcoming. It's impossible to put into words, and we're not supposed to even worry about that. It's ours. Once it's experienced, it's ours. It's ours. Good. Excellent. It's almost as if the experience is already there. An experience at the higher level is already there. And all we're doing is we are working on our welcoming. Isn't that interesting? So the next level of connection, the deeper level of connection to the energy is already here. It doesn't need to arrive. What arrives is us. What arrives is us to get better and better at welcoming. When we're welcoming, as we say, you cannot hold your breath when you're welcoming, right? Because welcoming is not a fear-based emotion. Welcoming is a love-based emotion. So when you're welcoming, you show love, you show appreciation, you show unconditional, and it gets more unconditional and more unconditional. And you're not in a hurry, right? Come on, you don't say, come on, welcome already, hurry up. Welcoming is something that is outside of time. Notice, right? How many things do we know that are outside of time? Yeah, and all of them we're not controlling, right? Whatever is outside of time, it's not for us to control, it's for us to experience, to appreciate, to find ourselves in, to lose ourselves in a sense, in a good way, right? In a good way. Beautiful. Even more freedom. So we do the initial welcoming at the level of the connection to energy, hands, wrists. And then we recognize that the next thing that we have an opportunity to free, and it's not so obvious, It's our head and our neck. No matter what posture you're in right now. Freeing your head and your neck is something that we need to be intentional about. More and more intentional. And it's almost like we say laying yourself on water. How about laying yourself on a pillow? Just, on the most comfortable pillow in the world. And the pillow doesn't hold your head up. It kind of allows it to sink and go in any direction. Right? And that pillow may be right all around your head, right? It could be in front of you, to the side of you. You just lay yourself on that pillow and it kind of absorbs your head, allows it to easily adjust to the new posture. And again, it's not about what direction it takes. It's not about what experience you have. What we're working on is on the method of the art of BIM, the method of giving your body the freedom, welcoming the experience, giving it the opportunity to surprise you. And we start with the head and the neck, then we free between our shoulders, lower back, and our entire spine is free. It's like elastic. That's it. Every joint of your body is free. Nothing to try. You cannot make a mistake. How can you make a mistake laying your head on a pillow, right? Yet, it requires bravery to some degree, right? How many people today, if we would just stand them up like this, they wouldn't be able to lay their head. They will feel as if they're giving up something. Giving up their safety somehow. Of holding on, of tensing. They're self-identify through that tension. And we as well, by the way, a different level than they do, but there's another level of that inner tension, of that fear-based comfort. Fear-based comfort. I don't think I've ever said that before. And it's not a knock on us. It's not some kind of judgment or a criticism that we make of ourselves. The opposite. We are amazed to discover the level we're on, right? Of how much there's still freedom left. We're amazed to discover. We're amazed to find ourselves and be led and be guided. Right? Noticing that inner voice that says, well, maybe today is not the best day for me. You notice that and you smile to this. What do you mean today is not the best day for you? When is the best day if not now? When is the best time if not this moment? As you are. As it is right now. From here we grow. This is the truth. How do we deny the truth of this moment by rationalizing it somehow? And we're so successful at convincing ourselves. We do that out there, right? And here, we notice what we do out there. We smile to it and we let go. We let go not because we believe, but because we trust. That trust we call faith, but I don't want you to be confused with some kind of imaginary world. This is real world. This is trusting something internal, something yours, something more powerful than you can imagine, something that waits to be discovered, waits to be awakened, something that pushes you to awaken it through many different ways in which it shows you your world, including this moment. Notice? The energy is changing right now. It's shifting. There's a wave coming. And freeing, freeing. There's a sense of release. Notice it. And it's a little different for everyone. But if you are here, I trust you feeling that release. And interesting is to find that release in the recordings when you listen to it, not only in the live being here. Good. Excellent. Even more freedom. So now you remind yourself to be elastic, and that elasticity is now almost addictive, because it feels so freeing. But we are careful, right? We don't want to hold on to it. We don't want to turn the welcoming into selfish act. Right? Even though it makes us feel good, the welcoming is showing respect for that which we welcome. Right? And that makes it more and more unconditional. That makes it more and more out of love than out of fear. The welcoming can be, I guess, out of fear, and then it would be very conditional, and it would be very judgmental, and it would be very unpleasant, actually, for everyone. Because it will be very full of tension, full of short-lived, let's say. Very short-lived. Can't sustain that, can't grow with that. Right? So it's very important for us, the moment that we bring it to the heart level, and it becomes so soothing to us, and it will, we want to remind to ourselves not to turn it into a selfish act. So we're unselfishly, right? How do we turn it not into a selfish act is when we give it the opportunity to surprise us. Right? Because a surprise could be uncomfortable. A surprise could be, seen untimely. Could seem that way, right? But if you are welcoming, then it's not your time. It's not about you to that degree. For you but not about you is quite interesting, right? quite an interesting place to be. Imagine we could actually play music to this, right? And the notes of the music will resonate every sense in our body. And there will be this, for me but not about me kind of tune. And that's what we're experiencing right now. That's what we're learning how to gauge, because it's there. That tune is playing already. We just have to sharpen our ears to hear it. That's it. And of course, it's a metaphor. Sharpen your ears. We're not listening with our ears. Maybe listening with our heart more than the ears, but we're listening with our entire being. We don't know how it's going to show itself to us. And it doesn't matter. We're strengthening the ability to welcome and not making it selfish act. And it's still self-regulation. Wait, we haven't even started. We haven't even started yet. Welcome the obvious and the not so obvious equally. And notice when I say it, the first thing is that we're trying to accept it, understand it at the level of our mind, and then we may forget to bring it to the body. We may forget to ask, okay, what does that mean in the symphony of the senses? What does that mean out there in the heart level? Welcoming the obvious and the not so obvious equally. Because when we do that, right, better and better and better, that means we come out of love. Because that's how we love, right? When we are lost in love. Do you remember? It's all equal. Can do no harm. Beautiful. That's childlike innocence, right? Puppy love. Again, difference, not childish, right? Childish is entitled. It's the opposite. Childlike is innocent, pure, fearless, considerate. But what makes it powerful is that now it's intentional, now it's conscious. We call it innocence through awareness. Conscious. And we get better and better and better at it. Beautiful. even more freedom. We welcome the resistance that we receive. That resistance could be something that is physically uncomfortable. It could be something that's emotionally uncomfortable. It could be something that forces some kind of rationalization. We welcome that resistance. We welcome it. But we can only welcome it if we notice it. If it actually resists, right? If we feel a certain tension there, and we notice it, we recognize it, that it's not, that it's conditional, judgmental. The moment we notice that, only then we can benefit from it. If we don't notice that, we can't benefit. Hear what I'm saying, please. Here we thought, and we forget that. We need to be reminded of that every time we have some kind of resistance thoughts, when we don't free our body, we thought that was something that's working against us, and it's only working against us if we don't notice it. But the moment you notice it, that means you're ready to grow with it. It's not even working against us when we don't notice. It's just we're not ready to grow with it, right? So that's something for the future to notice. And then we have different layers that we shed. Every time we come in, there's another new layer of noticing, and now we can benefit from, of where the resistance is. Because resistance is always based on survival and fear-based, which is the norm. That's where we are, always, the next level and the next level of it. And then there's this new observation, recognition, where the energy comes and suddenly it becomes clear. Here we are resisting. And the only thing that can free this is trust, a certain level of trust that this moment is for you, not against you. That's all. That every moment is for you. Because what we notice is not what just arrives here. It's a byproduct of the order of things. It's energy first. So if we notice that it's ours already, you can close your eyes to it, rationalize it all you want, but it's ours. And if it's ours, then it can benefit us. Everything that we experience can benefit us. Everything. Even the most challenging moments. Or should I say, especially the most challenging moments can benefit. Especially the most challenging moments can benefit because the greater the resistance, the greater the rising above it. The more it requires trust, and the more growth we can take out of it, the more transformative it will be. It's very hard for us, almost impossible at this stage to rise by simply being guided. I know, we wish it was easier, but no, guidance is very difficult to transform with. Much easier is to notice where we are resisting. So every time that you go into a place where it seems dark and difficult and uncomfortable, and know that here you can grow the most. Right after this comes the high. Because even a little bit of light in this darkness is seen as, and it's real. It's real. That's how it works. If you just remind that to yourself without having to rationalize anything, even though it may seem a little as such, but it's not. Because you're not going into the reasons why. You just know the order of things. You know how it works. And you know it requires your letting go. That's the key. It requires your letting go. That's where it's strong. The same way as when you're pushing something heavy and they say one more time, right? They say, come on, one more time. One more sit-up, one more push-up, one more. One more. Beautiful. And that one more is the one, because that one more comes when you feel you can't do it anymore. That one more is the one that allows you to go with trust, not believing in anything because we don't know the outcome, but trusting that there is that. And from here, we go into our inner keys, because in our inner keys, we actually practice the method of taking it to the next level. And it is the structure of the inner key, maybe the most important part of the inner command. It's not really a command, it's more of a key. We call it a command just to initiate the fact that we're using our inner voice, and in our everyday life survival we command our body. But here it's not a command at all. It's actually a key that opens a door. It's a suggestion that awaits a reply. And the way it's structured is that we ask for the energy first. We literally say, I'm here and I have this resistance, and this resistance, I want to rise above, and I need energy for it. That's it. That's what we say. And I need energy to activate this key that's in front of me. And the key is described with our inner voice. Those are very specific inner tool. Inner voice is the most powerful inner tool we have. But the first thing that we do is we ask for the energy to do it, because we know that wherever we are right now, at the state we are right now, to reach the higher level, to transform, we need new energy for it. That's what we know. With the energy we're in, with all the respect, no matter how great we are, how many years we've been practicing, how incredibly talented we may be, how respected we are, how successful we are, for the next step to transform, you need new energy. Energy you don't have. Period. You don't have yet, and you never had before. So we say, I want to receive a lot of energy. Every single time. After a while, when we began not noticing this, and then later it became such a norm that we say, I want to receive a lot of energy, that we forgot what it means. And now we remember. You have to actually ask for energy. Who are you asking? Well, you're not really asking. You're by saying it, you're opening yourself up to it. right? This is just an expression right? We don't want to ask anything in specific, because then we limit ourselves to that which we understand and believe. So there's no belief here. There's no need for anything. It's just when you say, okay, as long as we recognize that we need something we don't yet have, something that it's in our potential, it's ours, but we don't yet experience it, and we want to open ourselves to it, that's what we mean by I want to receive a lot of energy. And more, of course, the meaning and value of this will grow. But initially, that's what it is. It's an honest, internal, new state of freedom that's defined by desire to receive new energy for. And then we define what that for is, what that key is. And then we welcome the unknown that's behind that door. And today we're going to use the inner keys in a very interesting way, just recognizing the ups and downs that are necessary for us to grow. The ups is when we feel guided. The downs is when we feel that, you know what, maybe I'm not growing, maybe things are not working out my way, maybe life is too difficult, maybe it will never happen. All of those doubts and fears that come in our downs, we accept them equally as the ups, when it seems that everything is flowing and one sign after another, one sense of feeling guided after another, and we wish it never ended, but it has to, because that's how the ups and downs work. It's simply an experience, right? The only reason it feels like a down, and listen to me carefully, and this is very, very important. The only reason it feels like a down, because we don't see the light in it yet. It feels dark because we don't see it as a light. It is a light that we can't yet see. That's why it feels like a down, like a dark. And really, it's unconditionally to what that is. Unconditional to what that is. So here we go. Let's apply the desire for the new energy for this seemingly impossible task, to accept the ups and downs equally, to accept the darkness, the dark moments in our life, the heavy heart that we experience, to accept it as a light that we can't yet see. Right? This is what the key is about. Here we go. Please repeat this inner key with your inner voice. I want to receive a lot of energy. I want to receive a lot of energy. To welcome my ups and my downs equally. To welcome my ups and my downs equally. As I am, as it is right now, and fill my head and my neck. Now please try to bring every word, right, starting from the I, to every word that you say. Try and bring it to the heart level, to embody it. Not just say it and understand it and keep it in the mind, but bring it in. Okay? So here we go. Let's do this again. The same inner key, the same inner command. One more time. I, and bring it to the heart level. Welcome it to the sensation level, right? I want to receive a lot of energy. To welcome my ups and my downs equally. And surprise yourself at what you're feeling. As I am, as it is right now, and fill my head and my neck. And let the symphony inside play. Notice the resistance and welcome it. Notice your expectations. Welcome them as well. Notice your doubts. Welcome them. Everything. You're so free. You cannot make a mistake. Beautiful. Next in their key, next in their command, please repeat it with your inner voice. I want to receive a lot of energy. To welcome my ups and my downs equally. Equally. As I am, as it is right now, and fill my hands, arms, and shoulders. Excellent. Next in your key, next in your command, please repeat it with your inner voice. I want to receive a lot of energy to welcome my ups and my downs equally. As I am, as it is right now, and fill my chest cavity, my chest. And give your system, your body, the opportunity to surprise you. The key is that we need that new energy to accept the ups and the downs equally at a new level, in a new way. To make it an extension of our self-identity. Not just to understand its meaning and its value, but to redefine ourselves, to transform. And from here to see the whole world in a new way because of this. Because we have all those internal, daily. And we will continue having them. Once we don't have them, we're not alive anymore. It's beautiful. Next inner key. Next inner command, please repeat it with your inner voice. I want to receive a lot of energy to welcome my ups and my downs equally. As I am, as it is right now, and fill my upper abdomen. My upper abdomen. Beautiful. Like a child at play. It's an opportunity. Every inner key, we have an opportunity to reset and take it to the next level. Every time we notice our resistance, we have an opportunity to reset. Not reset because there is something wrong, but reset because that's how this process is. This is the journey. That's it. Feel it. Beautiful. Next in their key, next in their command, please repeat it with your inner voice. I want to receive a lot of energy to welcome my ups and my downs equally. As I am, as it is right now, and fill my lower abdomen. And you may notice that with every inner key, with every inner command, it's easier and easier to mean it. Energy is changing. We're in it right now. And it's easier to mean it. It's easier to say these words from the heart and deeper from the heart than we initially may have done it relatively, right? Deeper. Beautiful. We're not in a hurry, right? You can't hurry welcome, you can't hurry love, you can't hurry deeper. Those are most beautiful things, and that we're in them or we're not, but we can't hurry them. Nor do you want to. Next in your key, next in your command, please repeat it with your inner voice. I want to receive a lot of energy. Mean it. I want to receive a lot of energy, knowing that that's the key to the next step, to transformation. To welcome. Bring it to the heart. To welcome my ups and my downs. Nobody else's. Own them. My ups and my downs equally. As I am. As it is right now. And fill my legs and my feet. One way to define freedom is to welcome the ups and the downs equally. If there's no definition for freedom that you could have, that may be the one. And it gets better. It gets more powerful. It's not the end, it's just the beginning. No matter where you are. Literally. Because it's outside of time. Because it's not for self alone. Remember, we make sure that our welcoming is not selfish. That's how this music is playing. The final key for this meditation, please repeat it with your inner voice. I want. And say it like you mean it. No more holding back. I want to receive a lot of energy. To welcome my ups and my downs equally. As I am, as it is right now. And fill my entire body head to toes, top to bottom of my spine. Head to toes, top to bottom of my spine. Our bodies are canvas. Every floor of the body has infinite ways in which it could express. Every organ, every system, every cell of our body, every atom vibrating, resonating the symphony of our state of being. And from there we receive the emotions, the thoughts, the health of the body, the challenges that it gives us, the decisions we make, the actions we take, the reality we see or don't see, the meaning, the value it gives us or doesn't. And the beauty is that we have the key to this. We can clear it for ourselves every day. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And then suddenly there will be that, boiling point, and then again. A little bit more, a little bit more. Never too old, never get used to it. And sometimes we can't even explain it to others. Then you know you're doing it right. If you have a hard time explaining. You've done amazing. Take your time. As soon as you're ready, you can open your eyes. Yeah. Thank you, Lucina. see and be seen, right? You know, it's simple at times, but it's not simple at all. It's not easy to get there. And we discover the new, I hope, every time, even the familiar. And that's the magic, very magical when we discover the new in the familiar. And this is my probably question to you today. This was not entirely new material. In different places, different times, we've looked at it. But our goal is to get better and better at applying this. And what was the one or two things that stayed in your mind from the beautiful hour that we had together? Half an hour exactly for self-regulation and half an hour exactly for inner command. And that's what I didn't plan it exactly, but it came out exactly. So would love to hear what is that one or two things that spoke to you and maybe redefine something familiar, or was an aha moment of something you've never really heard before or never heard it in that way before, or maybe a moment where the energy shifted for you. And I know a few moments we had when the energy shifted that I've noticed. So maybe we could find that common ground there. And by sharing that, of course, you will highlight a few things for others. And that's also a good thing. So one way is to express yourself, which is another way to complete the work that we do. Another way is to be able to express yourself and make that a form of sharing with others. And that's another higher level of right of being here. It's not coincidentally we're here together. So who wants to go first for a change? That was a clue. That was a clue. Who's usually last and wants to go first for a change? Evelina? Evelina is still on the floor somewhere. Okay. I know. It's up to you guys. You decide. Whoever opens the line first will be able to share. Shirley, are you looking for the button? Mm-hmm. There you go. You found the button.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Hi, Eric.
Hi.
Let's see. It was so beautiful. It was hard sitting here finding words. So I've been really looking for that in these few moments. Um, I know I recall I felt a shift when you were talking about initiating the welcoming rather than waiting for something to come. And I really appreciated that because I saw at times I'm waiting, I'm aware, but there was a part that was still waiting instead of initiating the welcoming. And that was special to me. Um, I really also appreciate raising the energy on the highs and lows. I've been going through a lot of highs and lows, um, a lot, and I just felt the faith in the process was increasing because of this meditation. Um, just flowing with it. So on that, I really feel very grateful because I really needed that energy. And I think when you said to look for the energy, as much as I do this all the time, suddenly it meant something different today to just trust the energy, and the rest, will just flow evenly. Um, it was different. We're not on our regular computer. We're on a laptop. So we started in a whole different, unfamiliar, like I went down in the hallway, Phil went into another room because everything was different. And it was so peaceful. And it didn't really matter, which I was aware of that. I was in a hallway, and it really didn't matter on the space. Whatever the body needed to do, the availability, it just flowed. And that I felt a sense of joy over. Um, the I think I also, which I always do, I noticed that I was much more open to receive, or to be with the resistance as a blessing. Um, that again was like a new drop, and that meant a lot. And so I feel a sense of joy. I mean, I watched all the sensations changing all the time, and it truly was about the freedom. And I loved in the end, I think you mentioned, I hope I can pull the words here, that the freedom, when you sense the freedom, the highs and lows will just, they're just there to experience and to keep moving on. And so I really, I feel humbled with the love that I felt during this whole process. So thank you.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. And in this, yeah, everyone here will not allow me to say it the wrong way. You guys look much closer together through this laptop, and that's a very,
Yeah.
it's very inspiring. You're much closer. Phil has to be, much more.
This is true.
Yeah. So that's good. That's
Thank you.
good. Thank you. Phil, did you have something to add?
Yeah, well, we had a bit of stress because I had a problem
You get
getting the
stressed.
audio working on our main computer.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. So
It wasn't-
anyway,
yeah.
in trying to get it going in that, I gave up. It just wasn't working. That's why we're using the laptop.
Right.
But anyway, because of the stress of trying to be on time and be here, yeah, the meditation it settled me down for sure. And when you said just, how'd you say it? Oh, I can't even think now.
I said so much, Phil.
Yeah, you did. Anyway, you said just so with the head and the neck, just relax the head and the neck. I felt a big snap in my neck.
Put your hand on the pillow. Yeah, I said.
Yeah. and then I just had relief, a lot of relief, and then at that point I felt my face heat up. My hands are still vibrating and buzzing, and yeah, it felt really just peaceful. I was able to let go, and yeah, it was good.
Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. And just a note for everyone. I've said that before, and I'll say it again, and maybe again a few times. When we are sharing, right, we're in such moment of truth, of pure truth. Those are rare moments in today's world, right? And those are not. The other moments of pure truth is when somebody's very angry, and it's a very different energy, right? It's still a moment of truth, but it's a very, very different energy. So use this moment, when everybody's sharing, welcome their sharing, right? And for the moment, forget about what you have to say, if possible, and just welcome that moment. And you will see how, because I'm raising energy as we are doing it, because there is no more powerful moment for example, for Shirley and Phil right now than during their sharing, right? And when they're sharing, I raise the energy, and everybody's energy is rising as well, and it's quite a unique time, right? So we're
You can feel it.
yeah, so it's important for us to make the best of this conversations that we're having, also as energy experience, because it's quite profound truths. You know, it doesn't really matter what it is that you're sharing. You see, it's the sharing and the level of honesty and pure, experience is priceless, right? Can't buy this.
No,
So let's just
that's
connect
true.
for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay. Who's next to balance somebody who had a hard time, no? To balance Shirley and Phil. Vicky, you want to balance everybody? Or today you can't balance?
You know, today is a very unusual experience. Of course, every time, like last time for me, it's another experience I've experienced. And today again is totally another experience I used to experience, especially in the first half hours. That energy is very powerful. It's very unusual for me. And then when you talk about the welcome, the up and down equal, the first time, oh my God, you can't. I can't believe. I believe if there's a mirror, I looks terrible, so ugly. My appetite just somehow by my lip and in a very strange way, and it's like resisted something or I don't I don't want something. I didn't try to interpret it, just observe it. But oh my God, I don't know why I have that kind of expression, and hold it so tight. I just kind of feel like I will hurt myself. And I hold it so tight, and my just find my. Then I follow you. I try to follow your instruction. I try to think, okay, welcome, relax. So it's gradually. I think in the beginning, probably, I think so that is not why I have to welcome the up and down, you know, I guess. Then I try to relax, and the second time it's better. Then suddenly came to my mind, maybe I should just maybe the instructions help me to see the up and down, equal. Yeah, when downs come in, I won't feel that like angry, something like that, yeah, or upset or frustrated. And after this kind of thinking came in, then for the rest of the command, I feel more peaceful and relaxed, as this the kind of a resistance coming. Yeah.
Somebody loves you. Somebody loves you.
No. I yeah. Okay. So anyway, other than that, the whole process actually is very different. I have I have a very strange expression. And funny thing is because I think today is a very long process. So somehow there's a time I start to hear myself. Because I think a week ago I heard my kidney something, and then I start to do the healing work on my kidney on my back.
Mhm.
So quite interesting. Anyway, it's very, very unusual experience every time. Today is another surprise. I don't know what did you put in the energies and why it's very unusual. It's very powerful. And
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
you.
I put some spices.
I just yeah, it did feel like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you, Vicky. Excellent. Uh, Andrea, you have something to share with us today?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the word that Shirley said, beautiful, it was the word that resonated, like at the end. You didn't ask, but in my mind and my inner voice, I said it was beautiful. It was unfolding slowly, slowly, slowly. And the key is, in a way, redefined, kind of with a new meaning, with a new way of how to use them. And when you said that to notice the resistance, and this is where you need the energy, the new energy to come, to welcome it,
Right.
to overcome this hurdle.
Right.
Right. And that truly made a difference, because yes, we're training this simple key, but in a way, even though I try not to make it a routine, but it's probably it becomes. And suddenly today is like a bigger shift. I noticed, and being more like, I felt more present, and I allowed it more. And I sensed this resistance and how it's slowly, not smoothen, you can say smoothen, but you kind of give into it, and you allow it to be expressed. And that was more pronounced. That's what I noticed. It was very, very, very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
For the spices, so spices, for some reason, I thought about chai. This Indian chai.
Yes,
It's
yes, yes.
warming, it's soothing, and it's good for this moment. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Andrea. Beautiful. Yeah.
Eric, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, can I forgot to share you one thing. In the beginning, you asked us to welcome the energy, right? Today, I try to be more open. And then, for a long while, I just, my body is just upside down and my leg is just walking and running in the air, keep the, I don't know why. It's so funny. Then, my fingers just like dancing like flamingo on the floors. It's so funny. Anyways, interesting experience.
Wow. Wow. You say that, and in front of me there's an actual writing about one of the situations that I have, and it has to do with flamingo dancing. Literally here in the notebook in front of me. Yeah. So that's quite incredible.
Oh my
Quite incredible. Yeah.
Thank you.
So it's I don't know how I didn't I was gonna maybe mention the story about the flamingo dancing today, and how flamenco dancing is an expression of, it's not tango where you dance together and you hope to connect better. Flamenco dancing is a hope to express your uniqueness and individuality, and everybody dancing flamenco differently, even though there are certain laws. So it's quite incredible, and it's incredible that it came to you today and not any other day. I don't believe that anyone else ever mentioned flamenco dancing in our classes before, and it so just coincidentally happened to you today. So.
And in that moment, I was thinking, okay, later on, I will going to share this with you, because I feel that, oh my God, what's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Wow, incredible. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Um, Lucina, did you want to share something with us? Yeah, please.
Am I being heard now?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So it was beautiful meditation for me today, although I had some difficulties because when I was doing this on the chair, because not everybody left from my work yet, so I didn't want to go to the full position, not to
Scare anyone.
the people that work with me. But you know, in this limitation, I found a new freedom because I said, okay, I don't want to move my body as I would if I were by myself, or the doors would be totally not
Shut,
seen
yeah.
through. But you know, I found this freedom because I said, it doesn't matter that my physical body cannot really move. I can move the hands on my head. And of course, there in my brain, there's everything connected that gives the order to the physical body. So even if I touch with my hands, I wanted my hands to do this meditation for my whole body, touching different different positioning in my hands differently on the head, and believing that I am doing this for my whole body by placing hands over specific places where my brain resides. So this was one thing. And when everybody left, I could go to the floor and do the regular movements. What I found wonderful this time was that when you said, Eric, to welcome highs and lows equally, this was it brought new freedom, not only highs, but also lows, and equally. To me, it was like, yes, that's the new freedom of understanding the life, the experience that we are going through here in this game of life, that equally it can bring us forward, it can propel us equally, not only the highs but the lows, and not to disregard the lows. Thank you for that, really, thank you.
Yeah.
And I like the idea as well. I wrote it down because I want this to remember about sinking into a pillow. Is it something sick? Okay, so it was the new way of learning how to not to resist the energy, but to go with the flow, of this energy.
Right.
And thank you for this meeting today. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I enjoy it all the time. Thank you.
Yeah, wow. Well, incredible, Lucina. Incredible the fact that you worked with what you have, and you've, reimagined yourself, even though the situation didn't allow you to be free. You found new freedom in it. It's amazing. And I think it's a great example to how we are. I'm still holding back a little bit because I could add some things, but I know there are a few more people to speak. But beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow. Impressive. Rada, are you with us?
Thank you. For me, you said
He froze? No? Is he there?
we covered most of the material before, but I think I heard so many new. Can you hear me?
You froze a little bit. If you can repeat it again, please.
Oh. I wonder, maybe just the connection or something. But
Yeah, probably.
hope it's fine. I was saying I heard so many new things, despite the fact you said we covered a lot of things before in some ways, but it was really felt like a lot of new, and it's even right now it's a challenge just to remember. Part of me when I think about and understand the relationships between the elements that you touched. But the energy work was fine. The moment that I liked the most was somewhere at the point when you mentioned that we really need the new energy every time, like basically like a vertical energy to receive all the time, kind of.
Absolutely.
We don't do the process collecting and condensing and getting out, but almost that all kind of needs to happen on its own. That's how it felt. So that was kind of the stronger, what kind of compelled me to work the work differently somehow. And in terms of what was interesting, I believe that was at the moment when you said, or maybe you can, maybe I would maybe say incorrectly, but to have why is the important to allow us to be surprised? What's the purpose of that? Not to be less selfish, or you said it a little differently.
Yeah, I said that when the welcoming is not selfish, then one way to know that we're not selfish in our welcoming is when we allow it to surprise us. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so somehow that was kind of really new. You might have said something similar, but that added for me the whole new meaning, I guess. So that's something I liked. And there were so many things. And I guess Peter's not here, but it would be really nice maybe to get the recording of this just to listen to this. And that's how I feel about
You'll get all the recordings. You'll get all the recordings. There's something that's holding me back from sending them. I'm still figuring out what it is.
Yeah, I just want to say, feel like really strongly about this one, maybe more than
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. Did anyone hear me say that the darkness is not really darkness, but it's just us not seeing the light in it? I kind of threw that. Did anybody hear me say that in a sense it is us continuing to redefine our welcoming that makes all that difference and nothing else really changing, right? And we suddenly have this power, right, that we work with our welcoming, and as we do, we recognize in the downs, we recognize the light, right, and the darkness, and it's our doing because we just constantly, redefine what we see and how we see it. So many things said there, yeah. So very, very interesting to know. For me, one moment I think was important is when I actually said it, that we have to make sure that our welcoming is not selfish, because it's so easy, right, to make it selfish, to make it for us only. And yeah, okay. Thank you. Evelina, are you here with us? She's very, her window is closed, so I would assume that maybe she's in a place where she can't display her image or something. Maybe something's not working. Oh.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Yes, I am with all of you. Welcome, everybody. I am just on the road.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I would like to get a replay from that. I would
All right.
appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Understood. Thank you, Evelina. Thank you for letting us know.
Thank you.
Okay. So on this note, thank you again for the beautiful energy. And there are 2 segments in this, 2 half-an-hour segments, one self-regulation, one inner keys. I would like to send you the recordings of those to practice. And of course, it's probably for some of you may be interesting to listen to the feedbacks as well again, because it's kind of interesting to hear yourself and what you said, and to hear others in a new way. Okay, so I will. Thank you. Beautiful. Until next time.
Thank you.
Yeah, live from
Thank you.
the Urban Elephant Studios. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank
Good
you.
night, everyone.
Bye.
Are we open? There we are.
Yeah.